What's up, people? Welcome to MMA Breakdowns and Bets. Your one and only Mr. Santino DeFranco was a generous god this week, so for this week's episode, we're giving you the full card. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you on the other side.
We've got DDP's cousin, DeRitter, fighting this weekend. We're going to talk some inbred fights, right?
What? What are we talking about?
I mean, there's a weird trend in some of these people. You have Benoit Saint Denis, Dricus Duplessis, who they're not real humans. They're not real fighters. Like, I don't know what is going on, and they just keep beating people. And then Reinier de Ridder is the exact same. Like, I don't know how he just keeps winning and winning and winning when you see so much bad things about the guy.
But he's got a lot of skills now. Like, now I'm watching him. He's good now.
He does. But he also has a lot of holes to be at that high of a level. Like, if you're in the middle of the pack in the UFC and you have those skills, I see it. Somebody at that high of a level, the guy that just beat Robert Whittaker, and for him, the way he punches is labored and awkward. Like, he's day one kid. He has beautiful left knee to the body. Some good teeps.
Are you starting with your pick right off the bat?
No,
like
I'm just saying we're getting weird.
You don't even like to warm up anymore. You just jump right into
no
sex.
Foreplay.
We're like an old married couple.
Hey, I'm old. I'm getting older by the day. No, that's the card. That's headlining our card today.
Okay.
Or this week.
Nothing about Canada and the cool people that live there.
There's a song, Blame Canada, from one of the South Park movies.
What about your coolest experience in Canada? Because you've been there a few times.
I've been there a lot of times. I was supposed to be there this time.
Yes.
I have two fighters up there. They're not happy that I'm not going to be there. But I've got my son is wrestling in Freak Show this week.
Yeah, big tournament.
And he's 12. This is his first national tournament. He's been excited and asked me to go to this like 4 months ago. And it's one of those things. It's like, sorry, guys, I cannot miss this.
I'll be real. He's probably getting paid more than both of the guys on the main card.
I bet. But Canada, man, I've been up there a lot. And I'm actually glad I'm not going for their sake, for Bruno and AQ's sake. Do you know why?
Okay.
I think I am like 2 and 37 coaching up in Canada.
What's the deal? What's the Canadian the thing?
I don't know. Maybe it's cold.
People start playing Eminem as soon as you cross the border or something?
Junior Cortez won up there. And Henry Cejudo knocked out Wilson Hayes up in Edmonton.
Ooh, that was a nice knockout.
It
was crispy.
Other than that, like, I couldn't buy a win. I couldn't pay off the commission for a win.
I'm sure you could buy a win in Canada. I'm sure.
I don't know. So, yeah. So, I don't know. That's it. I like Vancouver, though. No, I lie. Shit. I'm like 3 and 37. Because Hunter Azure, his first UFC fight was against
Jack Shore?
No, that was his last UFC fight against the kid who won the UFC show. And then they booted
Katona
in Vancouver.
I forgot.
So, yeah, he beat Katona in Vancouver. So that was it. So I've won 3 fights as a coach up there.
All right. Well, you're gone. So
that's
they
the
have
breakdown,
a shot now.
guys. We'll see you. Yeah, I'm not going, so they might win.
All right. Well, should we get right into the meat of this?
Let's get into it. Wait, before we producer Gabe,
No, I was going to ask you, what's the plan? Do you guys? You said that you have an announcement for this episode.
No, I don't have any announcement.
Well, are we just going through the main card?
Oh, I do have an announcement. All right. All you little complainers. All you little yellers. We're going to do the full card. So we're going to do a full card breakdown, top to bottom. I'm going to get every single fight on the card, even all of the women's fights.
You're a generous guy.
I can't back all of that, but we are going to do the full card. So we're going to do the full card breakdown. And then, yeah, let's
get to the money. Let's
do it.
Now we going. You said top to bottom. So
no, let's go bottom to top.
Okay, all right, cool. So we're gonna
school for the one time.
Yeah,
for the one time.
For the one time.
So we're starting with the very first prelim of the night. Okay. So we have Melissa Croden at plus 105 versus Tainara Lisboa at minus 125.
Yeah, I didn't actually. I have no idea who this.
Do you really not tape that at all? You just don't?
No, not.
Why?
I have zero interest in it.
I know, but do you have interest in any of these other fights? You still tape those fights?
So with women's fights, and I've gone over this before, they're just so like when they're brand new to the UFC and you don't know them, and like, they're just so a plus 300 should be a minus 1,000 one day, and then a minus 1,000 should be a plus 500 the next day. And they just do such bad, like even tape. Like we have some women in our gym who they're like climbing upside down, doing arm bars and finishing. That would never work with a man. Like they do women MMA and women jiu-jitsu-y stuff that doesn't even work. And I'm like, well, that's stupid. And then Julia Stolyarenko's arm bars for people.
All right. Well, maybe year 5 of doing this podcast, we can get you to tape a.
I taped one of the fights, Manon, Fiorot, and Jazz, because they're actual fighters. These other people I can't get behind yet.
All right. Well, okay. So we're going to do partial full card.
Yeah.
Most of the card.
You're going to do the whole card. I'm going to do what I do.
Thanks for that. Appreciate it. Yeah, this fight is interesting because Croden's obviously making UFC debut. She's huge. She's a big girl.
Is she? What weight is this?
135. And Lisboa is a nice striker. She's very clean. I remember it's so hard to watch tape too. That's the thing, is it's becoming increasingly difficult.
Right.
And so I'm having to go based off a lot of memory, and I'm realizing the nostalgia clouds my brain. From what I remember, Lisboa's fight against Jessica Rose Clark, she looked like amazing, like world class. That kind of led me on a bad path where she's getting taken down by Ravena, Oliveira. I think Croden is probably not as good on the feet. She's a lot slower for sure, but she's huge. She's physical. She's a brown belt. And as soon as Lisboa ends up on her back, I mean, she's there for a good amount. I think Croden at dog money in Canada with the size, physicality, and she's going to try to grapple. And I've never seen someone stay on her back so much as Lisboa. I like Melissa Croden in this spot.
Okay. Separate. Shout out to Hava Java. Brandon brought us coffee.
I made that one, by the way.
It is so good.
No, I made that today. You're welcome. I made it.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
you're
you're
good. You're a good brewer, coffee roaster. This is so good.
All right, next we have Azamat Bekoev at minus 260 versus Yousri Belgaroui at plus 220. Some of these names are tough. Hopefully I got that one
Yeah,
right.
some names are tough, aren't they?
Some.
Tino's letting the not me rab for sure. Me rab or you rab? Who's up?
I chugged that whole coffee and I'm like sweating now. It is not warm enough for me to have this much clothes on after that.
I went running this morning and I started with a long sleeve shirt and ended drenched with it around my waist. Arizona's in this weird time right now. Yeah.
All right, so we've got Bekoev and Belgaroui. Yousri is, well, first of all, I think this line is wide. I think it's a little bit wider than it should be. I think it should be close. The quick version is I think Bekoev is going to win most likely. But this is a close fight. And what Yousri is actually a really long, good, clean striker. Keeps range really well. His jab is beautiful. And then he starts to add on. And one thing that he does is when people press him, earlier in his career, if people pressed him, like, first of all, you can, for as long as he allows people to close the distance very easily on him and push him on the fence. We saw in his last fight, that would happen, but then he's actually swimming and finding his way off way better, which hopefully if it continues, he's even better at that. He doesn't have some like death touch power. He doesn't look like a world beater anywhere, but he's very serviceable everywhere.
I think he's in the wrong weight class.
I could see that.
I think he needs to move up.
Yes. He's too tall and skinny for his frame. He's got to add some size.
And these guys are a lot faster than him.
And then on the other side, you have Bekoev, who, I mean, just high guard, glued, high hand, good power on him, good power punching. I don't know how good his actual wrestling is. And we've seen him before, it's like.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine. Okay. And so I don't know the level. This is almost like you have to almost watch and see how good they are, because I think Bekoev is going to punch his way in, push himself to push the fight to the cage. Does he get a takedown on the really tall Yousri, who, again, Bekoev's wrestling looks okay, but not amazing. And so then I think it's actually a really close fight. I think Bekoev has more tools to win. And if he can land a couple of hard shots, get on the inside, even win a couple moments, just steal some clock pushing on the cage. If he does get a takedown, we just haven't seen enough of, I haven't seen enough of Bekoev's wrestling for me to go, he's going to get this to the ground. Well, I have seen enough. like an actual, I haven't seen enough from him for me to say, oh, he's getting it to the ground. I don't know that he can. So I think he's going to win, but it really, if it was like, hey, gun to my head, you have to bet money on somebody or you're losing, give me the dog on this. That's what I got.
I'm going to go the other way. I think that Yousri is in the wrong weight class because I think if he moved up, he's not dealing with speed as much as he is power, and he's a sharp kickboxer. I think he'd find spots a lot better. But Bekoev actually, I think, has leveled up a lot since his LFA days. He seems to be on the good ATT water, all that good stuff. I think we're going to see a lot of his improved wrestling. And I think the other thing, too, is he can catch kicks, which is a way to get him down. Once he's on top, I think Yousri is going to be in some big trouble. And I also just don't think Yousri's got the gas to push this. We've seen Bekoev go 5 rounds before, and he keeps a pace. Nice, springy. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes. He's always there. I think Yousri is just too tall, too loopy, and I think that Bekoev's going to be a lot quicker to the target with bigger power. And I think that alone, I think he's going to cause an inside fight the whole time. And I think he's just going to have more leverage, quicker punches, more knees, dirty boxing, more wrestling. I like Bekoev here.
To clarify, I do think Bekoev is going to win. I'm just saying at the odds. Like, I think it's going to be a very close fight. And Yousri at those odds, I don't think is a bad play. Is my point. But okay. I do think Bekoev is going to win it.
Okay.
All right, next up we have Stephanie Luciano at -300 versus Ravena Oliveira at +250.
You didn't save this one either?
No.
Oh, my goodness.
Dude, I'm about to have to go out there and turn the AC down.
Yeah, it's warm.
I am sweating.
You guys are hot?
Yeah. Go, keep talking. I'm going to turn the AC
down. A little
down.
more crevasse, I think.
Yeah.
I'm the only one airing out here. All right, I'm just going to look into the camera. I like Stephanie Luciano here. I know that Ravena is moving down a couple weight classes. However, it didn't look like she really filled out the 135 anyway. She's pretty tiny for 35, but 2 weight classes is significant. We do see Luciano fight close, but I do think she's a very precise puncher. She's got big power when she actually does throw. Just a lot of inactivity, a lot of making reads, a lot of feinting at her opponents. But I just think Ravena's skills are not good. She doesn't really know what she's doing on the feet. She can be fast twitched and throw back a lot sometimes, but she doesn't really have setups, no process. Her grappling isn't good. I just don't see where she beats Luciano here. I like Stephanie.
Okay.
All right, next we have Kyle Prepolec at +375 versus, I think, the biggest favorite on the card, Drew Dober at -500.
Man, I hate to be this guy.
You gonna shit on him?
Prepolec, he is not a UFC fighter.
You don't think he got body kicks and stuff?
Man, he is just, you see him in his last, first of all, we have been offered Prepolec multiple times for Bobby Moffett and have said yes. And then they're like, oh, well, we want it at 165, or, oh, we're going to do it here. And so we're like, all right, like, do it at originally 155 for a title fight.
So are you speaking on bias on this one, or is this like...
No.
Okay,
My point is I've watched a lot of tape on him because we've had multiple people be offered him and we're like, yes, we're in. Like, let's do it. And then they keep, we're changing the date here, 165, 3 rounds, not 5. It's just changed. So I know him a good amount. I mean, he's beating 41-year-olds in Canada that, like, can't really do a lot of damage. I mean, his wrestling is not... Like, he's not going to take the fight to the ground.
Do you think Dober will wrestle, though?
No. But Dober's actually, he's a fine grappler, fine MMA grappler, wrestler. Like, if they clinch and do the right stuff, somebody catches a kick and they fall over type of thing. No. So it's a stand-up fight. But Prepolec, man, like, he's long. He has long limbs. That's the only good thing I can say.
He's going to be massive compared to Dober.
He's going to be massive compared to Dober. So, he is massive, but he just doesn't offer the power. He doesn't set stuff up. He's so off balance. His chin is up. Like, I don't know what.
You think Dober's going to KO? Dober hasn't been on a good streak.
I know.
And Dober likes wars. And Prepolec seems like he's down to give him a war.
Oh, well, then please do. Because even though Dober has been beat up a little bit, I think his chin and his power are going to win in a war with Prepolec.
He's going to be a lot tighter. Prepolec is very square in his stance, and he's very open. But, man, I don't know. It just 500 on Dober just seems like a lot considering recent fights, recent everything. I mean, his UFC debut, he got grappled by BSD. It's not going to be the same kind of fight here.
No, it's not. But
we're talking a stand-up fight in Canada also. In Canada.
He's fighting Gene Silva, Moicano, even the Manny Torres one. That's didn't end up as well as should have been, but he's fighting really good high-level guys. And you have Kyle Prepolec. Of course, he's not fighting BSD right now, but that was an abomination.
I get it. Short notice,
dude.
but against a grappler that's relentless.
He's losing, and in his last stint, he's losing to Austin Hubbard by decision, Nordine Talbek, or Taleb. Like, I just don't think he's the one. I don't think he should be in the UFC. I don't think he's UFC material.
All right. I'm going to go with you on Dober on this one, but it's a wide line. I'm not excited to play that one.
All right. Next, we have Danny Barlow at -300 versus Jourdain Ribeiro at +250.
All right.
I like Santos in this spot. I like the Djorden Santos. For me, this is weird. Barlow's moving up in weight class. He's got all these Brazilians got 100 names.
Yeah. On Tapology, it's Santos. On Fight Odds, it's Ribeiro. Anyways.
One of these the Djorden. He got like the black name, but like in Brazil. Sick. The Djorden. I like him in this spot. I went back and I watched the Danny Barlow film, and Barlow looks sick. I think a lot has been pushed on his nickname, Left-Handed God, which is a sick nickname, and he looks awesome. And when he does finish guys, he looks cool doing it. But look at his true fundamentals. They're not good. He's off balance oftentimes when he throws. Everything he throws is like he kind of throws and wings his punches like that. Now I will say his pull counter 2, unbelievable. I mean, that is just fast twitch, his timing on that, his reflexes. He looks great. Everything before and after that, though, his game I don't think is full. And now he's going against Jourdain Santos, who is a natural 185er, and he looks like he's getting in better shape. And the thing that I did like is after his fight with Ozzy Diaz, he moved to ATT full time.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He reinvested in his career.
That's a big one.
That's a big one. That's a huge one, I think, because a lot of those other Brazilians, they go back to Brazil to the same small, tiny camp that they were at before. So Danny Barlow's moving up in weight. He doesn't really set things up. There's not a lot of traps and jabs and cutting off the footwork and feinting. It's I'm here, pull 2, and you go down. And you watched as soon as Sam Patterson kind of crowded that distance and swung back on him, he didn't have defense after that. Like as soon as the pull 2 wasn't working and Sam didn't go away, he didn't really have a lot after that. Santos, I will say, is very tough. He's got a chin. His boxing is crisp. It's clean. He puts combinations together, being the naturally bigger man. And I don't really fault him. I was heavy on him against Ozzy Diaz. Ozzy Diaz is a good kickboxer. He's just fat and lazy and has quit in him, but he can kickbox for sure. I like Santos in this spot. I think at +250, that's a big deal.
I disagree in the fact that his hands are crisp. I think his boxing looks so sloppy, it's unreal. Like his punches are just, everything is a noodle looping. And I actually am not impressed with his technical abilities at all. I think he's tougher than shit. And what I'm most impressed with Santos is his cardio.
I just like that at least keeps his hands up.
Yeah, I mean, he keeps his hands up, but he's just swinging. He's just spamming the freaking AB.
He's a step farther than Barlow.
Yeah, he's no, I think Barlow is clean. We'll get to Barlow in a second. I think going to ATT, I think is huge. I didn't know that, and
That's
that
a big
alone
deal.
makes me want to move some stuff because I think they're one of the best gyms in the world, especially when you have Danny Barlow, who's at a very small gym, who's probably the top of the food chain, and kind of is where he is. And the things like the pull 2 are great. Like Danny Barlow does that.
That just can't be your whole game.
But it can't be your whole game, of course. But you need people that are good enough to get through that. And so you have to adapt what happens after the pull 2. All right. You landed it. He's still standing in front of you.
Yeah.
Are you just going to keep landing that same pull 2 again and again and again?
And it's possible. I think he could hurt him, honestly.
I'm going to stay with my original thought, which is I think Danny Barlow wins this. Now, my confidence is shaken, is waning. No, not even that. It was shaken even prior to because of Santos's cardio and his pressure. And I don't know that when Barlow is in that much of a firefight if he is going to be able to like withstand it. We just haven't really seen him in that.
Well, and that was my big
situation.
thing is you watched his breakdown on his defense. When Sam actually started landing punches, he had no head movement. He had no defensive footwork to actually get out of trouble. He really didn't keep his hands up. Like, he just kind of absorbing punches. So his game, to me, at least, seems very much predicated on his offense, going to splits with Veretnikov. Yeah, I mean, these aren't aging well. Quinlan,
Yeah.
I mean, that's not aging well.
No. Yeah. So but I do think that I actually like the way Danny Barlow moves on the outside. He has a crisp jab as well. He does the right stuff, and he is dynamic, and he can hurt Santos. And Santos is going decision. So I think if Santos wins, I think it's a decision as well. I think Barlow gets tired, and he's just out-voluming him.
You don't think the new weight class and the power of Santos out of just being a bigger man has any issue on his chin?
I don't know how to leverage that anymore because
It's hard.
It's hard. You just don't know. Like, we don't know if Danny Barlow's if he was showing us half of what he was because of the weight cut.
Much. Yeah.
And we've said that with producer Gabe. I didn't want you fighting at 145 for a while because you were leaving all of your fight in the gym and in the weight cut, and you never got a chance to showcase your skills. And then when you went up a weight class, you're like, all right, these guys are bigger and stronger, but at least I can fight as well. Right. And so I just don't know how to gauge moving up a weight class, moving down a weight class anymore. We've seen, who's the little Brit who moved up from 35 to 45?
Nathan Fletcher.
Nathaniel Wood.
Nathaniel Wood.
Yeah, like him. He's a tiny little guy who moved up in weight class. And then we're seeing his recent opponent, Jourdain. They fought at 145, moving down.
Yeah.
And they've both had success. Jourdain looked good in his last fight at 35.
So, but the other thing to consider too is he's coming off the knockout from Patterson. So that's a big, I mean, it's been some time, but
I think, again, the knockout is against Patterson at 170. I think him going up is going to help him absorb those shots.
I get it. Maybe helps him absorb, but also now you have a bigger man. And Patterson's not even really a big puncher anyways.
Yeah, that's true. I'm still like, I am reluctantly staying with Danny Barlow here. I think Barlow is going to look very good and either get the finish in the first 7 minutes or the cardio of Santos.
I actually agree with that. I think he's front loaded here. Yeah. I think this would be a really good live play. Yep. If it's 250 pre-flop, if he survives the first, honestly, I would say 3 minutes.
Yeah. No, I think you're right. After 3 minutes, you're going to know if
he can eat the shots.
Yes. And that's
if he absorbs them, we're good. Full send.
Yep. No, that's where I'm at with that.
All right, so I know we're not going to talk about this one too much, but if there's anything you guys want to say about the next fight, which is Bruno Silva at plus 210 versus Hyun Sung Park at minus 250. We got the power.
We got power going on.
Did you guys feel the spirits?
It's been raining. Yeah, people, they weren't happy about that fight. They're like, whoa. I mean, it makes sense. It's October. Halloween's coming up.
I mean, we're talking about Bruno too. The lights flickered for me also.
Mm-hmm. Man, we've known Bruno forever. He's been with us since before the UFC. I was cornering him in, was it WFF? What was the old show here in Arizona? Was it WFF?
Yeah, WFF.
He's been with us forever, and he's back, and we'll talk about it on Monday.
You know? Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Actually, I do want to say something. The only thing I want to say about this fight is
Eddie Cha is being his secret insurgent because he's the Korean connection. We have a spy in camp.
Park wanted to come run camp with us for this fight. No, I'm not kidding. He wanted to run camp with us for this fight. And then Bruno he called Eddie, or they spoke however they speak.
However they speak.
However they address each other. And then he was
Morse code.
He was like, hey, I got to fight, blah, blah, blah. I'll be coming down. And Eddie was like, cool. And then he's like, who are you fighting? He's like, Bruno Silva. And he's like, wait, what? And then Bruno comes in the next day and is like, oh yeah, I'm fighting Park. And we're like, oh, because we really wanted that kid Park. He's a solid little up and comer. But yeah, he was going to come here and run camp. Now he's not. How funny would it have been if he did come here and run camp and they're like training side by side to?
Wasn't that how it is at ATT sometimes?
I think so. Yeah. So anyway, that's it. That's all I have on that. And on to the next.
All right. Next up, we have Charles Jourdain at minus 173 versus Davey Grant at plus 148.
I want to go on this one. Because I
won't stop you.
This is my main event for this card.
Really?
I love this fight. I cannot wait to watch this.
It's going to be a banger.
It's going to be a banger. And on a technical level, like forget about we're going skill for skill here.
Band for band? Going to go meat for meat?
Take away Jourdain's guillotine, of course, because that's just a showstopper. I feel like Davey Grant is better everywhere. Like he just,
damn.
Like it's just weird because I mean you're looking at Jourdain in Canada against a 37-year-old like Irishman or whatever the hell he is, UK brethren. And Davey Grant just looks so good recently, just better and better and better, and he's beating really good guys. His boxing is so like not boxing, his striking, because it's not like technical boxing, like his punching, we'll say. I mean, whoa, it is storming out there.
Whoa, this house might come down.
It might. Huff and puff. Anyway, so he does all the right stuff. And then he's got that teep to the body. And then he's ripping body shots. And if you take him down, he gets back up. And he'll grab the cage perfectly and get on top and not get fouls taken. And then he just beats people again and again. And he just does all of the right stuff. He still has the chin. Like, I really don't know. I think he's getting better with age instead of like falling off the wagon. You know, it's crazy. And then Jourdain, to me, is just a good fighter. He's fast. He's a lot younger. He has that guillotine. He is going split decisions against really high-level guys at 145. He lost a split decision against Sean Woodson, who's massive. So
but that shouldn't have been a split. We know that.
No, yeah. I'm just saying, like, he really is there. Of course, he can guillotine like all hell. The issue, though, is usually he finds a guillotine when people are shooting on him or when he's on the bottom. I don't know that Davey Grant is going to... I mean, the only way this could happen is like if Jourdain gets a kick caught and falls and Davey jumps on him, but otherwise, I don't know. So, but he moves well. He covers up well. He shells well and returns fire. This is a stupid Canada aura play here. I think Jourdain gets it done. I don't know how. It doesn't make sense to me because everything Davey Grant does well, I think it matches up well against Jourdain for Davey. But I think Jourdain is going to find something somewhere because he's good enough to figure it out and find a way to win, especially in Canada. I
like Jourdain. I can't make a play on this fight without seeing the last fight with him against Victor Henry. And I tried. The links aren't working. So I'm going to have to keep trying and watching that fight. I need to see how he moves on the feet. One thing with Davey is a lot of times, he beat Blackshear. I think you and I both called against Blackshear last fight. And I love that matchup because Blackshear, again, he has some good things on the feet, but he's not a complete all around.
He's not a striker. And if you can get him into the third round, he's tired. Round one, Blackshear's a monster.
Yeah. Oh, of course. And he always wears down. And that was the read. Davey's gonna start. Yeah. Dude, Davey's an ultra vet. I mean, that guy is like the ultra vet of all ultra vets. But most times it's predicated on the other guys wearing down or having big striking deficiencies or something like this. In this fight, Jourdain has amazing cardio, always has. Good feints, good knees. He throws very unorthodox strikes. And I think that gets people thinking a lot and freezing sometimes. Not that Davey's going to freeze. Davey's down to swing and bang. I think Jourdain is just faster. I think the speed and the age is going to be a big deal here and him not wearing down. I think where most other guys lose that third round, I think that's where Jourdain's actually going to start to feel the fight. Yeah. You can see him do that every fight as he always builds.
Speed and the cardio.
It's the speed and the cardio for me. 175 is probably a lot. Pardon me, I got some funk in my throat. It's probably a lot, but I think I like Jourdain to win here.
But no, this should be probably a closer line, right? Like it seems like it's a 50-50, a 55-45.
Do you like the big power and kind of knuckleballs of Davey Grant and the volume, or do you like the precise strikes and flying knees and accent of Jourdain?
Yeah. Hey, give me Air Jourdain.
Air Jourdain.
Nice. All right. Next up, we have Kyle Nelson at plus 100 versus Matt Frevola at minus 120.
This fight seems a little incestuous to me.
Whoa.
I think they're brothers. Like, can you fight your brother in a sanctioned event? Like, these are the same people here. Like,
of course you can.
They're you fight
Didn't
him.
You watch that MMA movie called
fight
Warrior?
At the dinner table, not on TV.
They were in the finals against each other.
I don't know who is more who. Like, it doesn't make sense to me.
They're just two white dudes with a beard,
with two white gingers, like who just are tough, thick dudes.
He knows racist backwards. He's just it's like all white guys with beards are just the same.
I hate me. I can't like them. They're too close to me. Like, gosh. I mean, so Kyle Nelson is going up a weight class here. That's all. No, I'm just kidding. No, but tell me these guys aren't super similar and like they're just clubbing. There's no technique in either of these fighters. And as they've gotten, I think Kyle Nelson, something happened at some point because he had a draw with Choi, and that was supposed to be his
undoing. He was
exit.
out.
Like he was supposed to go, and then he got saved with that, and then he just started winning.
He's kind of nice now.
He's not bad. His cardio stopped failing him. I don't know what happened.
I think he's gonna smoke Frevola.
You think so?
Yeah, I'm watching Frevola. Shout out Dogfather. Like he was like, yeah, Frevola striking's not good, and Frevola probably watches this or something like this. So no disrespect, but Frevola striking's not good. He's very tough. He's game. He's in there. He hits hard. You can tell. But watch that ZM fight, and I know ZM is ZM.
Yeah,
ZM is ZM. I totally get it. Takes him down, and everything he does is just coming out with these big, clunky, crazy overhands that you see from a mile away that are nowhere near landing. And at least Nelson, when he does swing, he touches you with a jab first to know he's in range, and then he
just swings the overhand.
But I think his cardio is better. I think his defensive grappling is better. I think his forward pressure is a lot better because Frevola kind of like his back foot. He fights like an old school guy.
He has a weird off rhythm that is hard to predict.
He fights like an old school guy. Yeah. Like, you don't know what I'm going to throw. You don't know. And then he'll just launch it. And I just think that Kyle's game has become a lot more put together. And he's breaking down guys who are kind of better than him just by being tough and gritty, moving forward, not getting tired. I think I like Kyle Nelson a fair bit in this fight.
So Nelson's last few fights are Steve Garcia, which we saw, the Bill Algeo fight, which
he cleaned Algeo's clock. Yeah, that was bad.
It looked like he just clipped him, and Algeo is not a great puncher and was trying to punch. He doesn't handle pressure well. He needs to move and kick, and
I don't think Frevola handles pressure that well.
Frevola is, first of all, his topology, Indiana Jones, like this is
it's great.
The best ever.
He's the best personality in MMA.
He's makes me happy. He of course he lost to Ferris, which Ferris is so good. He's losing to Benoit Saint Denis. He's beating Drew Dober. Like I can't think that I help to think that there's such a levels differences. Of
I just don't think we got
fighting.
much from the Dober fight. I mean, he one punched him.
Yeah,
there wasn't much.
The thing that I think is most telling here is I actually don't hate his cardio. I think Frevola generally has pretty good cardio and pushes to the end.
It's just weirdly recently Frevola's old tape I thought was great. I thought he was an amazing grappler. Yeah. He's very sick with his chain wrestling. His jiu-jitsu can be very good. But his last few fights, he looks bad. He looks anxious on the feet. He's just swinging these things. And then he's rushing to get you down. And then once he's there, he's just like tense and holding. And then he gets up. He's exhausted.
I agree with you. He's shooting on Ferris Ayam, and he's not able to get him down. And he's being chained and back up. And now you're fighting Ferris Ayam standing, who's cleaning you up, and you can't get them down. You're going to be anxietal. Kyle Nelson does not have the takedown defense or the ability to get back up like we've seen.
Wait a minute. Let me check his takedown defense. I'm pretty sure it was really good.
I think Frevola is going to get Kyle Nelson to the mat, and I think he's going to be able to just really ride it out.
Bless you.
I don't think he's capable of a game plan like that.
Well,
these days, he likes to just swing too
I
much.
know. That's what worries me is his IQ. Is he just wants to swing on people.
I weirdly think Frevola has regressed. I used to think he was amazing.
Nah, I'm with you. I do. Maybe I'm thinking of the Frevola who beat Violent Bob Ross. Or I guess maybe did he lose the decision there? But he went again and again and again, taking him down. How did he do? No, he beat Luis Pena. And he beat Jalen Turner. Like that version of him that beat Luis Pena, I think is a very, very tough guy to beat.
Kyle Nelson has never been taken down except for his first fight in the UFC by Diego Ferreira. He's got a 73% takedown defense.
Yeah, but look at the guys he's fighting. Like
Fernando Padilla, are you kidding me? Dude's sick.
Shut up. I'm going for Vola here.
But he did fight Billy Q legitimately.
Yes, he did.
Billy Q didn't take him down.
No, but Billy Q didn't try to. He just pressured him like all hell.
Killed him.
Like and just murdered him.
Okay, fair enough.
And Billy Q trains with Frevola. They're best friends. Down in Tampa.
Whatever. Who cares?
Who's up next?
All right, next up, we have, I know we're not going to talk too much about this one either, but we have Cody Gibson at -160 versus Aoriqileng at +140.
This is funny because I know Cody Gibson a little bit, not well.
Do you
Just
think he's a good guy?
Yeah.
Do you think he pays his tax? I'm being serious. Do you think he pays his taxes?
I don't know.
You looked into his eye. You can tell a man that doesn't pay their taxes.
Nice guy. And I see his stories all over my Instagram of like him and AQ. And I keep going to like them and like face-offs. But then it's not. I think it's AQ's story.
A little bit of your patriotism's like, oh
yeah, like
shit.
Let me do this.
Okay, wait.
Yeah,
a minute.
so I keep going. So it's just funny to me. I keep seeing both of them. And of course, AQ has trained with us for quite a while. AQ looks amazing right now. So AQ looks amazing. I hope he gets it done. And takes us all out for noodles after.
He wants to party with me. He wants to party with me so bad. He's been asking me, and he like disappeared for a while, came back, and he's like, "No, you think I forgot? I did not."
No,
now he don't speak like that.
Yeah. Oh, I'm a dubbed 1973 kung fu movie.
He just goes.
Oh, his mouth doesn't line up with the audio.
No, but he's a wild one. After fights, he'll go smoke, and then he'll go to the casino. Me and Eddie are like, stop spending money. Stop.
Yo, he fucking loves it.
Oh, he goes nuts. He'll go in the casino. And during camp, of course, he doesn't. He's good. But man, we're like, AQ, how much money have you lost? He's like, no, just a little bit. He's going back to the ATM.
I went running with it. So it was funny. The other day, I said this on the podcast. I was like, have you ever looked into an angry Mongolian's eyes before? Right. So then I've been running with the boys, with the Mongolians on Sundays. So we went with AQ. He just decided to take off. He just goes running without us. I'm like, dude, I was like 5 minutes late. You couldn't fucking wait. Like everyone else is waiting, asshole. So we start running. We end up catching up to him. And then we run back and we go to get coffee afterwards. And it was a big deal for him. He goes, brother, what do you have? And I was like, I'm just going to have black coffee. Like, it's all good. He goes, I got this. He was the most proud of anybody to pay for coffee for everybody too. It wasn't just me. He got it for everybody. And then one thing I noticed about Mongolians is at any point, they just want to hit each other. Because then we're sitting there drinking coffee. We're like stretching, just chilling. We just ran 5 miles at a good ass pace. And then him and Haley just stand up and just start kicking the shit out of each other. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? We're at the Scottsdale.
They're two of some of my favorite people.
I love them.
I love them.
We're at the Scottsdale waterfront, which is like the Fashion Square Mall. Yeah. It's like our nicest mall.
It's like the nice area. It's a nice area.
Since I said that comment about looking into his Mongolian eyes, I've been avoiding his gaze. Like
you don't want,
And then they started kicking each other, and I looked into it, and I was like, oh boy,
I'm next.
I saw my death in those eyes. But I love AQ. I hope he gets it done.
AQ's the man. All right, next we have Manon Fiorot at minus 245 versus Jasmine Jasudavicius at plus 210.
So we have an emergency weather alert. I have been,
Why don't I go first on this one?
Go, yeah, go.
Because I want this in case they want to get mad at me. People are really mad at me about the Mirab picking against him.
Yeah.
And
Mirab, like
what's a Mirab to
what's another Mirab to an Arab? To another
Mirab, URab,
so just in case this
rab.
goes poorly, I want this to be buried beneath your breakdown. I think that Jazz is going to win this fight.
Okay.
Hear me out. I know she's slow on the feet. She is very slow. And she's clunky and she's wide and she kind of throws random shit. But one, she's mean as hell.
She is mean.
And two, she is far and away the best wrestler that Manon has fought. And she's proactive about it. And she's got the best jiu-jitsu. Like a lot of people are going to point at Valentina, which Valentina is a very good wrestler, but she's a very good double leg traditional.
I don't know. Valentina's weird to me in the sense where she looks so good, even grappling and wrestling in certain moments, and then completely inept in others.
Exactly.
Like,
so that's why I say it's really weird. So I think far and away, Jazz is the best girl that she's fought grappling wise, because you've noticed since her UFC come up, she moves to positions a lot better now. She'll take backs. She ground and pounds a lot more. She's very violent and very dangerous with this. And so I was looking back at the times that Manon's been taken down, right? In the Valentina fight, one was off a caught kick. So, whatever, that can happen. And she's very good at popping back up. But even in the first round, she spent time on her back. And then there was 2 other times. Jennifer Maia took her down, and Jennifer Maia just took her down with like a really simple cage push, go underneath, grab her legs, take her down. And she popped back up. My point is she can be taken down. And she also fights very close on the feet with a lot of these girls, right? With Rose, with Valentina, and they are heads and tails above Jazz. I know this. But I think the threat of wrestling is going to even things a lot on the feet. And the other thing too is Manon doesn't really throw like fight-ending punches. Everything is
A side kick and a jab.
side kick and a big jab. And she's going to be on the back foot, I think, a lot of this fight. So I think we have a lot of things at play here. One, I think Jazz is going to get on top of her and destroy her. And it's weird because Manon does get into a lot of these grappling transitions. Even the way that she strikes, a lot of times she leaves kind of this opening here and she'll put herself in these transitions. And she shoots her own takedowns, which I think can be bad against someone like Jazz. So I don't know. What is it? Plus 275? In Canada with a massive, massive grapple. I think she's going to have a big grappling edge because Jazz chain wrestles. She's not like all the other girls who shoots a double and no one just throws them off and that's it. She'll run the single leg to the head outside, redirect to a double leg, to a body lock, and then she'll take you over. I think she's just big and physical and she's going to cage push and knee and be nasty. Give me some Jasudavicius here, 275.
Okay.
She's 210, plus 210.
All right. Well, I like her better at 275, but 210.
I have a hard time with Jazz on this fight because the way that Jazz wrestles, it was she.
Can I say sorry?
Yeah,
one other thing too. I don't know how you feel, and this is very topical for what's coming up. But Blanchfield, I don't know what it is about Blanchfield. I used to be very impressed with her wrestling. I used to think it was like incredible, her cage wrestling. I don't know if the level of competition just went way up where she can't bridge that gap, or if she's regressed a lot, because a lot of the things she used to do, she doesn't do anymore. And so I think it was a very bad representation in the Manon fight because all Aaron did was run at her and then just hold. She never dropped to legs, and when she's just not physical or big enough, strong enough.
So again, the Jazz fight is actually very similar to the Blanchfield fight for me.
Yes.
In a lot of ways.
But Jazz is a lot bigger and better at wrestling.
No, she is. But the way that Jazz wrestles almost is exclusively on the fence and exclusively punches her way into the clinch into a body lock. She rarely shoots on the outside to pull herself up and into the clinch and moving. Usually she's punching her way in and forcing it. And that's why I think it's just such a hard fight because Manon, she is on that back foot and she moves a lot and she's not going to get tired of moving a lot. And I think Jazz either has to catch kicks or she's got to find some way to get close enough to shoot on a leg and then come up and shoot on a leg, push her to the cage and then start body locking her and going. She just doesn't have an amazing single or double in MMA space that we see her close that distance.
That's why I think this is going to go differently because Manon is amazing at defending doubles and single legs.
Yeah.
It's the Greco stuff that I don't know if she's well versed in. It's different.
No, hey, look, if Jazz gets there,
oh shit,
I think there's a lot. I don't know if she can get there. That's my worry, is that Manon just touches and moves so much with her French. You don't know if she's playing tennis or if she's like...
She's a physical freak and a specimen, and she's amazing at MMA, and I love Manon. But, like, it's the worst style to watch.
Yeah, the worst.
It's the worst style to ever watch.
If there's one fighter I can never watch again, it's Manon Fiorot. Or
Tainara Lisboa, apparently.
Yes. No, I think Jazz is going to have a really hard time grabbing her and getting a hold of her and pinning her down.
I agree with you, but in my mind, here's what I was thinking. Manon is like, I was thinking like she's this perfect, beautiful boxer that no one can touch. No one can even get near her hips. But every single fight, she's in on hips and she's grappling with girls and she's there. It's not like she's impossible. Yeah. When she's moving laterally, she's hard to get a hold of. But then she'll stop and she'll swing and she'll throw a side kick and she's in the mix.
Now, there is one little wrinkle.
On her face?
Many on her face.
She look old.
So her Valentina fight was for a title. She lost.
Oh my God! You lined up the trifecta. We're in Canada.
I'm going Jazz. You guys.
Number one contenders fight.
Plus 210. Leverage the house.
Coming off the title. Oh, this is a lock.
All right, I'm going Jazz.
All right.
Are you actually? No, give a real pick because the people care.
No, I'm not even kidding. Like, I mean, I think Manon, I don't think she's going to be able to get a hold of her. But that said, that superstition is so high on me on percentages.
But be real, just on the tape. You like Manon?
I like Manon.
Okay. All right.
Bet Jazz.
All right. Next up in the featured bout of the evening, we have Marlon Chito Vera at plus 110 versus Aiemann Zahabi at minus 130.
I need to go on this because there's a trend. In case you guys are seeing it, we've had
Trump's not scooping out the right ones. Cheeto should have been on a flight back.
No, we've had these theme cards. People go to another country. They go to Brazil, all the Brazilians win. They go to Australia, all the Australians win. They go to Canada, and Canada goes 0-5. And that wasn't the last time. It was like a couple cards ago. Canada right now, I think, has some of the weakest fighters in the UFC, in the sport. And I think generally you go to these other places, and when we go to these other places, like when I'm watching film, I see a Canadian flag and I immediately am like, they're going to win. And then I'll like have to like talk myself out of it or this and that because they're in Canada. I think this is one of those cards where Canada is not going to look amazing.
Because you think Cheeto's going to smoke this guy?
No. Oh. This is actually the one fight where I'm the other way. Like this
is the one I like Cheeto.
This on all the other things, like I was like, boo Canada, boo Canada, boo Canada. No.
I thought he was setting us up to let us know that Cheeto Vera is about to get smoked. That's where you're going with this.
No, he is doing that.
I am.
Oh no, I'm sorry. No. Opposite is what I meant to
do
just say.
Do you even know what he's just?
He's not even listening.
I thought you.
Enzo.
Shit, I thought you were about to say that Cheeto was going to smoke Zahabi.
Let me get this.
He's going to smoke something.
Yeah. So anyway, Cheeto, a few years
Enzo legit came to the door right now. Like, all right, no, that's enough, Enzo.
Enzo's like, give me the headphones.
Yeah. So Cheeto a few years ago was like, we always know he was a slow starter, right? He always loses round one and then he puts it on. But now he's kind of like, and look, don't get me wrong, Sean O'Malley's a different animal than Aiemann Zahabi. But you look at Cheeto's last few fights and he's kind of just standing there. He's square, not pressing forward and like going. He's just waiting and waiting. And he's waiting for you to slug it out and get tired. And then he's going to do something. But like we saw in the O'Malley fight and a lot of recent fights where you hit him and just aren't there. And he's just not reacting. He's not closing the distance. He's not putting an offensive game plan together. He's allowing the fight to be however the fight is going to be. And he thinks he's just tough enough and he's just going to, eventually we're going to grind it out and go. And it just doesn't play out that way. And Aiemann Zahabi, for as freaking awkward as he is and how bad everything looks, like it just looks clunky. He shells up well and he moves well, but more than anything is he jabs and he will just jab and move and jab and move. And he'll stick the jab 2-3 times and then move and then stick it and then move. And then he'll, of course, mix in a low kick and some of this right hand here and there. But he's fast, he's long, he's tall-ish for the weight class, and he just doesn't stand there. And Cheeto, I think he needs people to tire out at this point or just be there, just fight his fight, and he's going to do great. I just don't know, like, what is Cheeto's game plan going to be? Like, when you're Cheeto, in your Cheeto's camp, you go, all right, this is how we are going to win. Like, I wonder what that looks like. Because I think in his head, it's like, I'm just going to be there and I'll find it. And then when they get tired, okay, but what if they don't get tired? Now what? I don't see offensive wrestling out of him. I don't see, his stand-up, he's so square these days and waiting. I don't see anything that leads me to believe that he's putting together a game plan to beat a guy who is literally just going to touch and move around the cage, almost like Manon, Fiorot, and Jasudavicius, touch, move, touch, move, touch, move. And then now he gives up round one always anyway. So now Aiemann, all he has to do is win another round and then not get finished. And I find that to be very difficult for him, considering Cheeto's last performances and just how the fights have been playing out.
Yeah, I got Cheeto on a max bet here. I think he's going to smoke Zahabi. I think he's going to smoke him. Because here's why. Here's what I'm looking at. All right, I was watching the Aldo fight, right?
Yep.
We have the ghost of Aldo. We've never seen Aldo gassed that quickly before. And I was actually looking at their stances, and Aldo actually has a very square stance. Old Aldo was very, like, bladed and kind of here. New Aldo, since he's the weirdest mix in the world because he's very boxing centric, but he stands in a Muay Thai stance. So he can still kick you, but then he also rolls his head, and he's amazing. When he was having the most success, and actually this is how you know how square stance he was, because then he starts lifting the leg, like the whole Muay Thai leg lifting, and he starts walking down Zahabi, and that's when he had his most success. And then I'm watching Cheeto, who's a lot taller than than Aldo, right? Isn't he what?
Yeah,
5'10"?
5'10". Yeah, he's a big boy. I've stood next to him,
He's
and he's
huge.
almost as tall as I am.
Yeah, he looks bigger than most 45ers, some 55ers. So there's a lot of things I think are going to be on Cheeto's side here. One, if you watch the Figueiredo fight, he was going to win that fight if Figueiredo didn't drop him in the third round. If that doesn't happen, he is pressing Figueiredo the entire time, and Figueiredo is like on the back foot trying to find openings.
Damn, that scared the hell out of me.
Shit.
I thought somebody got shot. There's thunder. There's a storm.
Where'd it
I
go?
was like, man, like, who? Duck.
I'm not entirely convinced that wasn't a gunshot.
I know. Like, man, these Biltmore fire shot.
Yeah. Anyways, so he is square stance, but he presses forward the whole time. And I think he's fixed the things. Like, you look at his significant strike numbers, he was at 19, 15, 20 each round against Figueiredo. I think Zahabi, where he really gets off is when people are trying to grapple him. He's a very good counter grappler. And then he touches and he moves. And then these guys start to wear down and get tired. Cheeto's never going to get tired. He does press forward all the time. I think the height and the reach on that jab is going to be a big deal. And what Cheeto does a lot of times is, I guess here's where I was watching the Aldo fight. Every time that Zahabi would swing at Aldo, he's such a master of keeping distance that he backs up just an inch. But Cheeto doesn't really do that. Cheeto's here. I'm just going to meet you head on.
Cheeto's going to eat it with his face and try and swing back when Zahabi's gone.
And I think the optics, I think Cheeto swings bigger. I think his shots are heavier. I think he's stalking him down. I think he looks cool. That has to count for something.
That does count for something. He looks like Che Guevara.
He does. But I think he's just going to constantly car crash Zahabi, meet him in the middle. I think he's going to be there and he's going to have higher volume. He's bigger. He's longer. I think he's in really good shape. He never fades. I think this is a Cheeto great fight for Cheeto.
I think if they go and spar, they're training together.
I think Zahabi kills him.
Oh, see, I think the opposite. I think Cheeto would work him every which way. But Cheeto, to me, just seems like he thinks he's so good and that it's just going to happen. I just don't see him putting together a game plan anymore.
He's putting punches together now. The days I think of him just trying to one-shot people, because that O'Malley one was bad.
Yeah.
He was just a sitting duck trying to find one shot the whole, and he did find it. He did find it at the very, very end. But I don't think Zahabi and O'Malley are the same. Now, I will say Zahabi's defense is amazing. He's very good.
Yeah. I mean, you figure that's 2 fights ago. I mean, the O'Malley fight.
It was like 10 years ago. We've seen O'Malley have 6 different careers since then.
Zahabi, again, like on paper, it looks like to me, I'm like, oh, Cheeto's the guy. I don't know.
Zahabi's old also.
He is old, which is insane. But oddly enough, he's not too worn out. Like he hasn't.
We took a lot of time off,
mileage,
not a lot of wars. I just think Cheeto's pressure, I think, is really going to get him. The height, the reach, the volume, the age, the cardio. I like a lot of things about that fight.
Okay. All right. Who's next?
All right. In the co-main, we have Kevin Holland at -103 versus Mike Malott at -117.
I like Mike Malott. I'm going to keep it really short and simple. Kevin let a lot of people down in the last fight, and it's not for me, that last fight for me to flip-flop. What I saw in that fight was the second that he stopped having success against D-Rod, when he realized D-Rod wasn't getting hurt, wasn't going away, and stayed in the pocket, he had a lot of issues. I think Malott hits harder than D-Rod.
Do you think so?
I kind of think so, especially after that last fight when he put
doesn't
down
have the reach of D-Rod.
No, he
D-Rod
doesn't.
looks like he has a big-ass long reach.
It's so weird. Malott, I feel like, is such a better striker than he looks like. Like, you look at his numbers, he's got like 25 significant strikes every round, and he's hurting guys. But I watch how awkward he looks, and I'm like, I don't know.
He also doesn't have an amazing chin.
He doesn't, and he gets, and he gets a little bit tired, and D-Rod kind of builds into fights, and D-Rod's the man. But I think at the end of the day, his jiu-jitsu is amazing. It really is good. And I think when he needs to wrestle, he will wrestle. And I think he's, since the Magny fight, I think he's learning how to ease himself into fights. I'm not going to go all out and like Malott's going to smoke Kevin, but I think there's a massive grappling advantage here for Malott. I think legit, he can wrestle. Legit, his top game and submissions are very good.
I think Kevin Holland's jiu-jitsu is pretty good.
I do too.
I don't think he's submitting Holland.
I don't either. I think he'll win on points, just top timing him. Yeah, I don't think he's submitting Holland. I think with Holland, it's more of a heart issue than it is a skills issue. I think he's supremely talented.
I don't think Holland has a heart issue. I think he has a IQ issue.
Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, like I feel like he does. I feel like the D-Rod fight, he got hurt. And that changes everything.
He got hurt a couple times.
Yes.
And that's actually the other thing I worry about too, is that he gets hurt in this fight. Like he could get hurt.
He's starting to now. All right. He's starting to get a little bit hurt after the Stephen Thompson fight. He started to get a little bit more wobbled. Traditionally, he's always had a granite chin. Like,
and when it goes, it's going to be sad, I think.
When it goes, he's going to lose every fight in a row because has saved him so many times.
His chin is legit amazing. Yeah. He doesn't even blink when guys crush him.
Yeah.
Even in the D-Rod fight, the first time he got hurt, he kind of looked at him and was like, shit, I'm hurt.
I don't know, man. He stumbled around.
That was the second time he got hurt. He got hurt in the first too.
You get hit like that, and man, you're foggy and your brain's not working, and your cardio goes. And
I don't agree with that.
Just different stuff. I felt it differently. But I on paper, to me, I think Holland is going to beat Malat's ass. Like
really?
just like skill for skill type of stuff. Like he's long, he's faster, he hits hard. Malat's looks like he has a really short reach, and it looks like he does hit hard, but he doesn't seem fluid with it. It's like he's
very awkward.
Yeah, it's just
everything's
awkward.
A big motion.
Yes, I don't like Malat's chin. I think he looks the part until you hit him a little bit, and then he's kind of.
And what happens if he wrestles and gets Holland down?
Well, that's my curiosity. Is I don't know that. I think Malat's jiu-jitsu is really good. I'm not sold 100% on his wrestling.
Okay, but how good does your wrestling have to be to get Kev down?
You have to be able to spell wrestling, and then you'll get him down every time.
He's French Canadian. He can do it. Yeah,
he can do it.
He's on it.
He's smart enough. No, and so I like cardio wise, like Holland doesn't really gas. Like he's always had. I mean,
Those later rounds are going to be sketchy for sure.
The last fight he did, but again, you get dropped, and now all of a sudden you're gassed. So, but Holland has always had amazing cardio, like Malat we've seen in the Magni.
Of course.
His range is phenomenal. He's so loose. In Malat being so clunky, I think it's going to be hard to grab Holland. The issue with Holland is
he's Holland. And he's going to jump for some shit or just do a backflip and end up on his back.
And I have to go. I'm going Malat here. I don't like it because
you don't like it Malat. I
don't like it Malat.
Little.
Just Malittle. And because I think Holland's a better overall fighter. I think he's just an idiot. And I think Malat he's very good. He's very fine. He's like 13-2. Like for me to say he's not.
You know
good.
who he reminds me of? Remember we were talking about I think it was Song Kanan. Or it was one of these guys at Killcliff. And we were like, man, in the gym, probably amazing. That's how he reminds me. Just probably incredible.
And there's he just
skills and just
he's probably really good everywhere, and he's super technical. He's one of those guys who I think is going to be a phenomenal coach if he wants to after the fact. Yeah. But in terms of like fighting, I'm like, man, give me Holland all day. It's Holland. Like the dude could be winning and just slip on a banana peel and just decide to fall over and do some dumb shit. I'm not happy about it. I'll go him a lot, but I wouldn't touch it because I think Holland is just so much smoother than him.
I actually totally agree. I think this for me is going to end up being a pass fight altogether. I'm going to pick Malat based on IQ and actual skills. Though I do recognize his lack of cardio, lack of chin, but Kev just doesn't seem serious to me. He never is serious. He's never serious. Yeah. And someone posted a meme today. They're like, Kevin Holland is a -300 favorite. Let's bet him. Yeah. Loses. And then it's the arrow back down to let's fade him at plus money. And there's the arrow back up. And it's kind of the revolving cycle of Kevin Holland. I'm just done with it. I'm done with it.
It really is. You don't know. And Holland a few years ago really was looking like he was trying to win. And now it looks like he's just taking fights and putting on a show. And he's Bobby Green at this point.
You know, the thing I think, and this was my main thing when I was watching against the D-Rod fight, the second the fight isn't easy for him, I think he's like, I'm just here for the money. I think his brain switches over. If he's winning the fight, he's like, fuck yeah, I'm here for the fans. I'm on a bonus. But when he's losing, he's like, I'm just here for checks.
Yeah. I hope he does well. I think he's, I told you his first fighter that Enzo ever met was just sitting there when he fought Thiago Santos in his debut.
And he was talking, doing all that stuff.
And he was talking to him for, just 10, 15 minutes outside. Enzo was probably 5 or 6 at the time, just talking to some guy forever. So
you weren't worried? Did he try to sell him an 8?
Yeah. So I have a soft spot in my heart for him, but man, it's in my heart, not my brain.
All right, before we go on to the main event, we do have some comments from the comment section that we need to go over the last couple of weeks, actually. But before we do that, I just want to give a shout out to my brother. It's his birthday today. He's an avid listener of the show, so I know he's going to hear this.
Oh,
Happy birthday,
snap.
bro.
Shay Kirk.
Shay Kirk, shout
Kirk.
out, happy birthday.
Probably
Happy
the best
birthday.
human that I know. All right.
I don't know. I think I prefer Shanice, but
You know what? I wasn't going to say. I was going to save that for her birthday.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
Okay, so question number
Notice
one.
how you weren't in the running?
Yeah. Oh, everybody's like, no, Shay, Shanice, they're my favorite Kirks. They're my favorite Kirk. I agree. I'm like, yeah, no, they're great. I can't even be mad at that. Okay. Question for both of you guys. This is from the Slingdon. He says, as a profitable MMA gambler, I have noticed patterns over the years of certain advantages which can help pick winners. The question is, what advantages do you see being most prominent? Hometown crowd, fighter versus short notice opponent, fighter missing weight, fighter versus fighter with long layoff, and any more you wish to share. Keep up the good work.
I actually have a thing here. When we started this, it was different than what it is now.
Though all of those things applied back then. I
Yeah.
feel like now you don't know.
Well, we've talked about this. We actually we broke it down. Like, what is the Bible, the Holy Trinity? And at first it was cardio,
under 35.
cage wrestling, under 35. Then any other like big skill. Were you a college wrestler? Were you a K1 striker? Were you, like those type of things? And then we kind of trickle down. And now it seems like it's a very, very, very striking centric sport. But
also long layoffs, they don't mean the same thing as they used to. A long layoff used to mean, who knows, maybe this guy's life fell apart, whatever. He might not be focused. Now a long layoff, we see the Natalia Silvas of the world.
And they look great.
Yeah.
I think the biggest trend that I'm seeing right now is striking with takedown defense. What I've noticed is the wrestlers who are trying to get the strikers to the ground, right? I mean, outside of Mirab, which we'll get to in a minute. There's a little bit of a panic to them because they're uncomfortable striking. And when you're uncomfortable doing something, you overmove, you over this, you over that. And so it's a lot more energy. And you see these wrestlers who are trying to be strikers because it's tiring to wrestle or they can't wrestle. We just talked about who the hell's fighting Kyle? Frevola. Like, that is a perfect example. It's like, he's not a great striker. And so Ferris I am is just like, I am not trying at all because this is what I do and I'm good at it. And, Frevola's trying because it's effort. And then you get that wrestler trying to shoot and they're expending so much energy to do it because they really have to get it down or they're going to get knocked out.
It's terrifying. It's terrifying to be the guy who needs to grapple to win.
And the strikers have realized they don't have to be good grapplers. They just have to be long and stiff and slide up and out and get out. And it's so much less energy to be a striker who can defend grappling than being a wrestler who has to punch his way in and go.
Yes.
And that's one of the biggest things I'm seeing right now. Outside of there's still, you have Islam, who's doing it. And then Marab.
Then look on who's on the other side of him, JDM, who's a guy who just said, all right, I'm going to learn takedown defense.
Yes. And so that I would say is the biggest trend to me. The other thing is like the other trend, for lack of a better thing, is they're being broken. Like the trends in the stuff that we've traditionally said, the over 35, it doesn't matter anymore. Like USADA left.
There's a new place in the sport, and I really mean that.
Well, there is, and it's because USADA's not here anymore, and they're not drug testing people. And now, do you remember Dan Henderson and Vitor Belfort, TRT Dan and TRT Vitor? Yeah, they're like 57 years old, just ripped up and shredded. We're seeing a version of that coming back in, and so guys aren't getting tired anymore. Guys aren't getting old anymore. I mean, they're just defying
all the guys that are moving to Thailand because you can just do steroids legally.
Yep, and
like,
just do it.
There's just so much has changed. I think steroids kind of even the playing field on a lot of these things. Here's one, and I think this would be the biggest one for me. At least all we can do. Whenever you have a regional guy who's all first round finishes, typically that's always a good place to start. You're like, all right, well, what is round 2 going to look like? And I think it's generally pretty easy to tell the guys that look like they can push their cardio or fight very relaxed and very calm versus guys who are just getting everyone out frantically in the first round. I think that's kind of the biggest one where I'm like, oh, it's easy to fade that.
And you're also similar to the up and coming guys. I think one thing that I'm seeing is that, like, I hate MMA for this, but I love it for my own career. I was not good. And I'm not athletic, and I just found ways to win, right? Like, it was just my pro record was 13-4. I think all 13 wins of mine were against people who are better than me, and I just beat them on the one time out of 1,000 that I fought them. And MMA traditionally has been that way, that anybody can win. It's anybody's sport. It's, oh, you're a D1 wrestler, but I can crack you once. Oh, you're a K1 kickboxer, I can take you down. I can find. We're starting to see almost the boxing. In boxing, the better man doesn't lose. Like, unless they're fighting another better man.
Because now you have a Teba Gautiers of the world.
Exactly.
And not only that, they're speed running these people.
We're getting better athletes. We're getting better technique. We're getting better stuff. So you can start to see the up and coming kids who you're like, that's the one. Those are going to be all of the Jamie Malarkeys of the division who are tough and good and find a way to win until they hit the Gautiers and they're like, you're not finding a way to win anymore. We're done here.
It feels like for the first time, the sport is actually becoming professional.
Yes.
Back in the day, I used to like look around and be like, these are all average people like me.
Yes.
And I'm actually kind of the athlete here. Yep. And now I look around and I'm like, shit.
It's the NFL. It's turning into the NFL. And now that's a big trend.
Thing.
You're starting to see these NFL, not really NFL size athletes, but the caliber of athlete. You're starting to see
the barrier to entry
athletes
has raised.
Yes. And all things considered, if you don't know anything about them and you watch a little film or whatever, look at the guy that looks like he's a better athlete. And then like, he's probably going to win.
Saying always bet the black guy.
Yeah, always.
That's all we got from this.
All right, next question. This is from
Christian McCaffrey.
He's injured.
This is from Alfonso Davis IV. Give me a Casey. This is a King Casey. Casey O'Neill. Give me a King Casey O'Neill and Brandan episode, and I'll download the Discord thing you guys talk about. That sounds like a deal. He's making a proposition.
Okay, wait.
You go on this one.
Let me ask you.
Yeah.
How do you think that would go down?
Let me answer your. Let me answer your question with a question.
You know her very well.
Yeah, I think that it is better that you and I have this podcast and answer this question.
You know, my only thing is she never really told me she's mad at me. She never has told me. There was
Wait. So she's never told you she's mad. How do you even know or insinuate or think that she is?
Because one, I know Casey very well. And I remember there used to be times, even if she was mad at me, I would say, hey, do you want to spar? And she would be like, yeah, fuck yeah, because then I get to like try to hurt you. Yeah. And she would try to knock me out. And then I would say maybe 4 months ago, I said, hey, Casey, everybody else got a partner. You want to spar?
What are you talking about after she had her knee surgery?
No, yeah. She was healthy. Or whenever this was, she was healthy.
So it was like 9 months ago.
Okay, 9 months ago, whatever. 9 months, well, no, big deal.
Potato.
And she goes, no, I'm good. And then I was
and that was it.
But you guys haven't talked since?
I wished her a happy birthday a couple of days ago.
All right.
So
there we have it.
We're not going to do that episode.
That one's guys. Not on the future. It's not on the current docket of future episodes.
Fuck? I got her to move here. What the hell?
All right, last question. This is from Tennis and UFC. Coach, this one, we got to give you the opportunity to defend yourself. Because I am reading this one question, but in the last, actually 2 events ago, the Marab and Sandhagen event, this was probably the most common comment in the section. Here's an honest question for Santino. How do you find a way to pronounce names so incorrectly in ways no one on planet Earth says them? Marab is the only way anyone has ever pronounced Marab's name. But you invent Mirab. Either your CTE is acting up.
Always making it about me.
Or you're trying way too hard to sound like it's challenging to pronounce this name.
All right, so in my defense, there's a couple actually things here specifically.
Break it down, English teacher.
I cannot pronounce. I pronounce names very strangely. Not only just names, words, just differently. I always have. I don't know if it's because I moved so much growing up that I never got like a dialect. But I pronounce. Have you watched the show? Like, I don't pronounce my own name.
People think you're doing this as a stunt, though.
No, definitely not doing it as a stunt. I actually mispronounce my own name. No, I'm not. I'm not kidding.
Wait. No. Actually, how do we say your last name?
Well, that's DeFranco, but no, my first name. So growing up, so my name is Santino. All right, not Santino. And so everyone, my whole family is Santino. And if you're an Italian from New York, this is Santino. All right. But when I go to a Starbucks and I say Santino and they're like, what? What is that? How do you? So I'm like, Santino. So I enunciate Santino. So you think if I'm going to pronounce my own name wrong, you think I give a fuck about Mirab? All right.
Did he say it wrong again? They actually start to blend for me. Actually.
No, wait, hold on. But then I have one more thing.
Okay.
With Mirab specifically, and I'm going to keep calling him Mirab.
Now you have to.
No,
now you got to stand 10 toes down.
The reason I do is because that's when I first heard of Mirab. That is how the name was pronounced to us. Let me explain.
What retard told you that?
No, listen. Mirab's first fight in the UFC was Frankie Saenz. All right. So we're watching film and trying to find everything we can on this guy, and we can't. But we had the wrong name. We didn't have his name right. We thought it was Merval. All right. And so then it was like Merval, and we're like, Merval. We couldn't find any tape. Everything's in Georgia, and we're looking for all this stuff. We cannot find this dude anywhere. And then all of a sudden, it's like, Merval, where's Merval? So
someone goes, add an extra E, I know.
We're calling him all these random names. And then we're like, wait, it's not Merval? We're like, what the hell is his name then? And somebody was like, oh, it's Mirab. And we're like, oh, that makes sense why we couldn't find any film on this guy that doesn't exist. So anyway, that's how I heard it when I first heard the name and heard whatever. And so that's just in my head. I won't change it.
I do the show with Narco Cop every week, and this is going to be the last week 10. And one of my favorite things about him, one, he does the play-by-plays, and he's amazing at it. He's got such a great voice for podcasting, for radio. But my favorite thing about him, and this is on the name thing, and I don't understand why people get more upset about the names than anything else. Like, we could talk politics. We could say something. Man, some of the stuff that I've said, I wish I could wipe from the record. Even as far as 2 weeks ago. But people get so upset about the name thing. And my favorite thing about Narco Cop, right? Mike, he'll say it correctly. He'll go, all right, guys, this week we have Marab. And then it's like, this feels on purpose because he says it right the first time. It's not like it had always been wrong. He goes, Marab. And then the next time he'll go, all right, Mirab's in on a takedown. And I'm just like, no way this is real.
I don't get why people find it offensive. Like, I look at these names and I'm like,
I try hard. Like, I try to get it.
I don't at all. As you can tell, like, zero. I'm not going, none.
I think people just think that you are intentionally trying to mispronounce these names.
No, I'm intentionally.
I think they're trying to figure out, like, how does he come up with Mirab? Like, how is that what he thinks the name is pronounced? How does he think that's how it's pronounced?
Let me tell you guys how the sausage is made here, okay? You guys think that we come in here and we have notes written down and jokes and stories. I wish we did. Everything we do here, we show up, we talk shit for a little while, call each other gay, and then we hit record and we go.
That's it.
And that's it. Whatever comes out.
Not necessarily in that order.
Sometimes I'll call you gay after.
Sometimes before, yeah.
Or on the show.
You're gay, dude. All right, let's hit the main event.
Is that it, or do we have another comment?
Nope, that's it.
All right. Well,
maybe I take more note of this because my name is
Brandan.
It's Brandan. And do you know why? I've told you this before, but for the listeners, do you know why?
I don't know.
My mom, arrogant woman that she is, she's like, that's my property. My name is Dana. So all of the letters of my name must be in his name. That's why an A instead of an O. So she would just always correct people spelling my name and talking about my name. So maybe that's why I'm like a little extra.
Here, wait. No, this is actually, so one last thing on the names. This is how little I care about the names. My wife is like, we were somewhere and she's like, we had to fill out paperwork. And they were like, my name is D, capital D, lowercase e, capital F, Ranco. All right, that's how we spell it. And the woman is like, is it a capital F or not? I'm like, doesn't matter. And she's like, no, like, is it or not? I'm like, I don't know. Like, it's just whatever. Who cares? And Kendall's like, no, you have to decide. And I'm like, you can capitalize it. And then she's like, the woman is like, is there a space between D-E and Franco? And I'm like, I don't know. It doesn't matter. Just do whatever.
I'm not Mexican.
Yeah. And she's like,
De Franco.
No, it matters. It matters. And I'm like, I'm serious. I'm like, it matters? Like, why does that matter? Like, like I don't care if there's a space or not. I don't care if it's capitalized or not.
So you almost destroyed your entire family legacy just on a whim.
Yeah,
That's
because I
great.
just don't care. And so other people are very concerned with how I spell my name, and I'm like, I don't know how.
I'm going to be honest. Your son would have gone crazy if you put a space between D and Franco. He wants to be Mexican so bad.
Yeah.
Enzo de Franco.
He'd have been happy. So all right, let's do this.
All right, in the main event, we have
Enzo de Franco. When he did the Spanish intro too, that was great.
that was one of our
Bienvenidos.
best intros. Also, we came up with that on the spot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, ChatGPT. I don't know. I don't know.
Reiner De Ritter. This one actually, there is a space between De Ritter at minus 190 versus Brendan Allen at plus 165.
Now, do you say Reiner or Rainier?
Well, Reiner. Oh, Reiner, I believe, is how it's pronounced.
All right, Ranier de Ritter.
All right, go on this. I'll finish up.
I'm gonna keep this short and sweet. We chat a lot. We chat a lot of shit. I don't see how Allen beats him here. And I tried to be very subjective. Allen's a nice striker. I think round 1, round 2, he's very good. He parries punches well. He fires back. He's got a very nice cadence. He's a good striker. He's very good at jiu-jitsu. He's very good at wrestling. He's got a very complete game for 1 round. And then my issue is that he starts to wear down. He makes terrible, terrible mistakes, even ending up on bottom in his last fight. I like Allen. I've always liked his skills. I think he's a very skilled and talented guy. The issue with De Ritter is he makes fights so ugly, so dirty, so nasty. And I think Allen, that is the thing, is he's modeled his game after being beautiful and being pretty. Everything he does, you can see. When he outstruck Puna, it was gorgeous. He looked amazing. And when he's out grappling these guys, it's beautiful. When the fights get ugly, when he's starting to take body shots and knees in the clinch, what I really like De Ritter does is he kind of comes inside, and then he hits that roll, boom, long left hand. I love De Ritter striking now. I think he's just filling space constantly. His jiu-jitsu, if Brendan Allen wants to grapple with him, I don't know. There's levels in jiu-jitsu. This guy's beating like Andre Goval. He's beating like top-level jiu-jitsu guys. And then there's Brendan Allen, who's very good black belt. I'm sure he submits most people at Kill Cliff, but I think there's a difference here. De Ritter over 5 rounds, like I'm starting to understand the effectiveness of De Ritter. He just doesn't let you breathe, and he's huge, and he's nasty, and he's heavy on top. I like De Ritter, and I think he's going to finish him.
Outside of, Brendan Allen has such bad IQ, pulling heel hook from on top.
That's the thing. At some point, he's going to end up on bottom, and that could be it.
Yeah. If he made better decisions, I would be so heavy on.
Or had
Brendan
better
Allen.
cardio. Either one would be fine.
I don't think his cardio is bad. I think
When he's shooting for his life on Imavov.
Yeah, that's the pressure of Imavov and getting swung on.
Oh, and De Ritter's not going to pressure him, right?
He's going to pressure, but he's not going to scare him that much standing. I think that
those knees would scare the shit out of me.
The left knee of the body that's scary.
You saw Bo become a child in that moment. He got hit one time. He's like, oh no.
I actually agree. You want to know? I think you guys are going to think I'm nuts. I think Brendan Allen is going to win. I think he's going to put De Ritter on his back. I think he's going to offensively wrestle De Ritter. And I think Brendan Allen's he has spent 5-7 years with Greg Jones down at Kill Cliff, actually learning how to defensively wrestle. I think his wrestling is actually good. He's longer and taller than Forrest Whitaker, Robert Whitaker. And look, can he lose? Absolutely. But I think not being at Kill Cliff as much anymore. I think he has other coaches coming in and doing stuff. I think that's actually good for him because I think he's always just been in there and fighting and just kind of reacting. I think De Ritter is very I think he's a lot better than I have been giving him credit for because
he's come into his own in the UFC.
In the UFC. The thing with De Ritter is he knows how to win versus Brendan Allen knows how to lose.
He is supremely confident also, De Ritter. And I think same thing with Allen. The second that he stops winning, like look at the Jotko fights. Look at some of those like crazy fights back in the day where he's just like skin of his teeth barely
Didn't
rolling
he
on
take
top.
Jotko down and submit him?
Did he? Oh no, I'm thinking of the wrong fight.
Right? I'm almost certain he took his back and choked Jotko.
You're
out.
right. I think I'm thinking the wrong fight.
I think Brennan's jiu-jitsu is phenomenal. I don't think he's getting submitted unless he's hurt or tired. And I think his wrestling is phenomenal. I don't think he's going to get taken down and held there.
Oh, the Kyle Dawkins fight. Kyle Dawkins took him down 3 times.
Unless he's rocked or tired.
Kyle Dawkins took him down 3 times.
So then now you have a guy who I think you said, like, I think Brennan is really good when he's the front runner. And when he starts fighting these guys that are just in his face going and going and going, I just don't know that D. Ritter is going to be able to scare Brennan into quitting, into doing dumb shit. So I'm going Brennan. I'm going all the wrong side on this
you're
card.
so crazy on this card.
I know.
You just came in trying to be controversial. So if you can't do it by saying me Rab, you have to do it by making crazy picks.
I went wild on this, you guys. I don't find the Canadians on this card very strong. And so Ritter, and again, this is, so you guys take this with a grain of salt. I have been on the other side of Dreykus on every single fight. That's where I'm at with De Ritter on every single fight. He doesn't look the part. And at some point I feel like the guy that does the stuff that looks the way that it should look needs to win.
Do you think that
they're not
Bo Nickel, if he wrestled with Greg Jones, like Bo took him down once and then immediately got put on his back. He jumped a guillotine, which is something that Allen does all the time.
No, I think it's risky.
Going life or death with Kyle Dawkins is insane. And now you have a way better Kyle Dawkins, who's awkward and long and rangy and jiu-jitsu-y, huge chest. You know, he's got a massive...
I'm not going to Ritter. I can't.
I'm going to go to Ritter. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Join the Patreon, the Discord. We got double bare knuckles this week. The return of Paulie Malignaggi. I know you've been anticipating this one.
Can't wait.
And then we have UFC Vancouver. We have all kinds of stuff. Come join the fun. Last week was actually a really good week. Made a lot of good picks. Charles Oliveira. The fucking man.
Man, he is the man.
The fucking man.
That was amazing.
Unbelievable.
And honestly, Figgy too. Like, people count Figgy out. Like, Montel Jackson cannot wrestle, and Figgy will wrestle. Like, how do we not put those two things together?
So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.